What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is Uncle Frank, Team Beer Guts, Hop on Two Wheels, and it is day 2, stage 2, beer number 2 of the Tour de Beer. A different beer every day of the Tour de France. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get right to it. Today's beer, because they're riding in Italy, I decided to go with a beer with an Italian twist to it. I did mention a little bit before about Italian Pilsners, which is made with a different floor malted barley. They're also dry hopped, where Pilsners are not typically dry hopped. I could have just done like a Peroni or something to that effect, but I didn't do the Italian beer yesterday. They're in Italy today on stage 2, with the final part of the stage going up the Col the San Luca is the climb, and they do it twice, so it was a loop. It was a really exciting kind of finish to see these guys attack this hill at an average grade of a little over 10%, with some spots that are nearly or at 20%. Yeah. I have a small hill near me that's an 8%, and that absolutely kicks my butt. So I don't fathom being able to climb up a 20% gradient. It's just, it's madness to me. But that's why we watch the pros. That's why we watch Le Tour. So stage 2 in Italy. So I decided to go with this Italian beer. And this is from the Czar's Brewery, located in Exeter, New Hampshire. It is the Ciao Sicilia lemon cream ale at 5.5% alcohol. Think of lemon cream ale, think of like a limoncello kind of idea. And this is actually a collaboration beer with a chef. So owner and brewer talked to the chef, came up with a beer that you'd be able to cook with and pair with certain foods. And me being a guy who loves beer and food pairing, I think this is a great idea, and I wanted to try this beer. I've had it before, I've had it on draft, but I wanted to talk about it today. It's an Italian chef, and they actually collaborated and did some recipes, and you can buy a recipe booklet at the pub, and it will talk about different meals that you can make with it. I myself, just drinking it, and I've already poured this beer out as well, so I would love to be able to have this with, say, some chicken thighs on the grill with some sliced mushrooms and capers served over rice. And lemon slices. So chicken thighs, lemon slices, salt, pepper, capers, sliced mushrooms. Let it sit on the grill, and you get that lemony flavor baked into the chicken, and you've got a little bit of lemony going on in here in the cream ale. Let's talk about the style. What exactly is cream ale? So it's a pre-prohibition style beer. It was an ale that was developed to compete with the lagers that were all being sold at the time. You would see it in a lot of brew pubs as well. There's become their lighter offering would be the cream ale, or just like a golden ale or something to that effect. The difference there being cream ale can use some adjunct, meaning rice or corn or something to that effect. In cream ales, it's usually corn. That may give a corn flavor, a little bit, just a little. If it's too much, then it's definitely a flaw. So corn flavors, cooked corn, it's also known as DMS. It is usually a flaw in most beers. In this particular style, in a subdued amount, it is allowed. This particular version does not have. I don't detect any DMS in this beer. It's very light. It's very refreshing. Your style-wise on this beer, ABV should be the low 4s to the mid 5s. And like I said, this comes in right at 5.5%. It should be medium body. The hops should not dominate at all. It should be balanced on the lower side of your malt and your hops. And again, you could have a little bit of that corn flavor. The adjunct is going to give you a different mouthfeel, so it's a very smooth, easy mouthfeel. Nice, bright golden color with a white head on it. Very refreshing. And like I said, ifs will go well with that type of meal like I was talking. You may even want to do some baked fish, because a lot of times you might have fish and you have lemon slices or fish and chips. This would go really good with that as well, straight from a pub. And it is Italian. It is Ciao Sicilia Lemon Cream Ale. And so we will talk real quickly about today's stage that was in Italy. For the second time, a Frenchman takes the win. Kevin Volkelin, I think is how you say his name. He ends up taking the win in a breakaway. So day 2, another breakaway, another win from the breakaway. Pretty cool. It's been very exciting racing. And the back of the race got a little bit lit up as well. Walt Van Aert went down in a crash. We're hoping that he's okay. But we got to see the battle, Jonas Vingegaard and Tadej Pogacar. They've been trying to feel each other out. I feel like maybe it's like a boxing match. You don't really show your cards too soon, but now it's second round and they started going after it. Tadej threw down a big attack and was like, ooh, is Jonas going to be able to hang on? And he did. And he hung on to the wheel, and then the two of them just rode away from everybody else. It's amazing to watch these two guys go at it. And so I initially had said that I don't know what Vingegaard has. He's coming off of a hard crash. He hasn't raced since the crash back in the Tour of the Basque Country, and that was in the spring. He looks to be in pretty good form, able to stay with Tadej. He and Tadej were taking poles and pulled away from everybody else. Remco Evenepoel actually was able to catch back up to them, and they all crossed at the same time. But because Tadej had a better day yesterday, he is actually now in yellow. So he will be your Tour de France leader going in. And the two of them, I mean, they've dominated over the past 4 years. It was also nice to be able to see Egan Bernal. He finished in the top 10. He had a horrible crash a few years ago in a training accident. And it's good to see him back at it. But yeah, since 2019, he was the 2019 winner. Over the past 5 years, it's been one of those three guys. And the past two dominated by Jonas. So I thought it was a very cool stage. It was good to see some interviews. And it was in Italy. And now I'm going to have my Italian beer. And enjoy the rest of my afternoon. So, thanks for tuning in. That is today's beer and bike review. Every day of the Tour de France, I will be trying a different beer, giving a little bit of beer history, style, brewery history, as well as a quick recap about the race. Until next time, we'll catch you then. Cheers!